Hey everyone, patch 9.14 was a big one, and I'm sure some of you are wondering what has changed and who the best mid laners to pick are right now. So in this video, we're going to be giving you SkillCap's top 3 picks for mid and a short guide along with each. Before we start, it's important to note that mid lane is in a very weird state where a lot of champions are strong, so these are just going to be the ones we think are the strongest for solo queue and not professional play. Anyways, let's get into it with our first pick being Cassiopeia. Cassio got a lot of changes, but only 2 of them really matter and make her as strong as she is now. First and most importantly, she can buffer her E now, meaning if you just spam the button, it'll use the next Twin Fang as soon as the cooldown is up. This means you can use your E a lot faster than before and the damage is crazy, especially with 40% cooldown reduction. The second important change is that her Miasma doesn't have a minimum cast range anymore. Miasma grounds enemies, meaning they can't use the mobility spells on top of it, Flash included. So this made champions like Katarina, Fizz, Yasuo, anything that could get close to her with mobility, counter her pretty hard and give her a rough time in lane. But now you can put Miasma anywhere, so for example, if a Katarina jumps on you, you can just put it under her, use Q, and start spamming with the new and buffered E. Alright, now that you know why Cassio is strong, let's talk about runes and build path. Her runes haven't changed, with Phase Rush into Domination being the best setup. Phase Rush gives you the boost of mobility for laning and teamfights, and Ravenous Hunter gives insane healing combined with the heal from your E. Her build really hasn't changed either, with her core item being Archangel's Staff. But after that, it gets pretty situational. If they don't have a lot of champions with mobility, Riley's is a great second item. Then going Liandry's afterwards to complement the slow from Riley's is really nice. But if they do have a bunch of champions with mobility like LeBlanc, Akali, Yasuo, etc., it's best to not go Riley's as slows don't work well versus dashes, as dashes can't be slowed down. So instead, look to get a Banshees, Morellos, or Hourglass depending on who you're against. Lastly, let's talk about your role as Cassio. Cassio is basically an ADC but an AP form. She does so much damage that your job is to stay alive as long as possible and kill whoever is closest to you. To show you what I mean, let's look at this example here from one of my own games. The enemy team is trying to take mid tower, so I'm heading over to defend it, and they start collapsing on me in the river. A lot of players struggle with using Cassio ult properly and would use it here to stun Thresh. The best way to explain how I use her ult is by holding it as long as possible to where the enemy thinks you're not going to use it, because everyone knows what your ult does, so when they are first initiating, they're ready to dodge it, at least in higher elo. So I don't use it at the start, and try to use Q on Thresh for the movement speed first. Cassio Q gives movement speed, which pairs really well with Phase Rush when kiting like this. After they miss the Flay and Hook, and they're chasing us, then I turn an ult and put Miasma down to ground them. Before we keep going, look at my score. I'm only 1-0, so I'm not fed. Then watch how fast I melt them because of how fast I can use E now with the buffered change. I kill J4 first, then start chasing Thresh, and when I try to flash out of the box to keep chasing, I just barely hit the wall, which actually ruins this whole play. But I finish off Thresh first, then move on to Kate, killing her as well. Then sadly, Urgot ults my Janna and fears me into the tower, which gets me killed. If I wasn't slowed so long from Thresh box, I would have killed everyone here, but either way, you can see the damage I'm doing without being fed. Before we move on, we quickly want to let you know where these guides come from. We release way more of these guides each week, with the exact same quality as you see on YouTube, backed by a passionate team that comes together to make the best guides out there. Join our active, like-minded community today at skillcap.com to start rapidly improving your play. Alright, that's it for Cassio. Let's move on to the second pick. The next one is going to be Corki. Corki didn't get any changes in this patch, but he has been flying under the radar for a while now, and has been starting to see play in professional games as well. There are 2 rune pages you want to be running with Corki. The most common one is this page with Klepto as your primary rune. Corki is a stat check champion, meaning if he's behind, he's basically useless, but if he's ahead, he's a monster. The main reason for this is that he has no CC at all. A Malzahar can be 0-50, but his ult makes him useful to an extent. An 0-50 Corki is basically a cannon minion with summoner spells. So having Klepto lets you accelerate your build to get to your core items and power spikes faster. The second page isn't used as much anymore, but was Corki's main rune for a really long time. It gives you a little bit of mobility and sustain with the fleet footwork, which some people prefer over the Klepto page. Try both and see what you like more. Corki's build path is going to look like this. with Triforce being his first core item, then he wants to go IE second, and a rapid fire cannon third. Corki is a lot like Cassio, where he's an ADC but in AP form, except Corki has a ton of burst damage as well, which is why you go IE second. So it's important you make good use of your Sheen from the Trinity Force when fighting. In this clip, the enemy Morgana is trying to stop me from taking this tower with Jhin. I shoot one rocket, then auto to use the Sheen proc, then use Q and E, another rocket for Sheen, then W away to my Tahm Kench doing who knows what. But you can see how much burst damage Corki has. This makes you kill squishy champions like mages or ADCs faster than they can kill you once you have Trinity and Infinity Edge. Last thing to talk about with Corki is his passive, the package. A lot of players struggle using this ability properly, so here are some tips. First off, most players grab the package and try to force plays with it even when there isn't a play to be made. It's okay if you get nothing out of it. In this game, I pick up my first package and head to mid to clear the wave so I can look for a roam. After clearing the wave, I start heading top since their Swain is low, then drop the package behind him to cut him off and get the easy kill. You never want to be using the package on top of someone because it knocks them to the side, so the package is best used to zone. Also, remember after using W on the package, you can still use your real W after that. Sometimes with the package, you don't want to use it to go in, instead use it as a free escape. You're immune to CC when using it, so you can bait people into jumping on you. Show you what I mean, take a look at this clip. I grab package and start heading top lane to defend my tower, but I know their jungler is here as well, so instead of flying behind Jhin, I hold the package while fighting Vi until I need to jump away, and watch what it does to Vi. She's getting melted by the package and is slowed by 90% as well. Alright, let's move on to the last pick. The last champion is Qiyana. Qiyana didn't get any changes either, but is incredibly overpowered in Snowbally. Her damage, mobility, dueling, and teamfighting are all really strong, and she doesn't have any counter picks in lane really. Her rune page looks like this, but in the last row of the domination tree, you can choose between Ravenous, Relentless, and Ultimate Hunter, as they are all pretty good. Try them all and see what you like the best. The build path hasn't changed since the Qiyana guide we made a few weeks back, with the core items being Yumu's Ghostblade, into Duskblade, then Last Whisper third. Qiyana does ridiculous damage with these three items. The first important thing you need to know about her is that her level 6 spike is pretty much the strongest in the game right now, as she can one-shot any squishy champion. The combo is simple too. In this clip, I'm looking to get a kill on the Veigar, so the first thing I need to do is grab Water Element and then wait for my W to come off cooldown. Then you want to use E, then during your E animation press Q, which will lock on your Q to hit them. And since we grab water first, it roots them in place to set up your alt shockwave like this, then W to grab earth and use Q, and an auto to finish it off. This combo can kill any squishy champion at level 6. What Qiyana really shines at though is her roaming. If you grab Water Element, you run faster in the river, so you can move around the map really quickly and can pick up easy kills where anyone is under 50% health using your Earth Element. In fights, your goal is the same as all other assassins, where you want to be focusing the squishy champions. You kill them so fast and easily if you land your ult, it's ridiculous. Get your free elo on this champion while you can, because she will definitely be nerfed down the line. Alright guys, those are our top 3 picks for this patch. Let us know if you like this style of video, and as always, thanks for watching.